Hi, I'm Andrew Berman with the Mortgage News Network, and joined with us today is Chad Jampedro, who's the president of GSF Mortgage. Chad, thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your acceptance as one of the top mortgage employers in America.
Well, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me on. It's a great honor. We're very pleased to be recognized. That's our employees and myself are excited. So we appreciate it.
Well, that's great. Well, I'll tell you actually. I mean, I've been watching the wires lately, and there's been a lot of releases. You guys have been doing a lot of hires lately. I've been a big fan of you for a long time and of GSF. But listen, you got a great thing going on there, and I think the employees seem to talk about it. That's why they nominated you as one of the top employees. But I got a couple of questions I want to ask you. So first off, how would you describe the corporate culture at GSF Mortgage?
I think it's twofold. Supportive would be, our first, the first word to describe it, and I think the second would be transparent. When you're dealing with an industry such as ours that's constantly changing, it's pressure sensitive. Certainly as you move throughout the month, the pressure's on, obviously, to meet deadlines. And we want to make sure that we're supportive of our operations folks and our sales folks, understanding what they're dealing with. Each transaction is different. We're doing the best job that we possibly can so that our borrowers have the highest level of service in dealing with GSF. And we don't take that lightly. We survey them. We want to make sure that end result is what the design is, and that we're meeting that target. But supportive is how we start the day. We want to make sure folks are comfortable in their roles. They're trained very well to go out there and represent GSF.
I guess that's why they nominated you as one of the top employees. Everyone feels that support, and I think that's probably one of the most powerful things that they could have.
That's right. And for our sales folks, it's about transparency. We want to show them, the inner workings of the operation. We share with them, the economics of our operation. There's no secrets here, and that's a big part of our philosophy. As every salesperson that's working with GSF, I want them to lay their head on the pillow at night, recognizing that they're with a strong company and that we're telling them what they need to hear about their business, how they're performing within our business, how they're earning income for our business. I think some companies shy away from that, but that's certainly not something that we do.
It's interesting because Chad, I'm thinking about this, and you talk about the support that you give and the transparency. When you talk about transparency, it makes it almost like so everyone's an owner, and they take ownership of not only the company and the job that they're doing, but also the vision. So can you talk a little bit about the long-term vision that GSF Mortgage has?
So the long-term vision for our company is to marry technology with the personal relationships. Our biggest asset is our originators' ability to build personal relationships with their customers, with their referral partners, in their communities. And in no way are we trying to use technology to replace them. Our job is to build technology to make them more efficient in building relationships, building lasting relationships, and communication. So, our trek in this environment is, one, to meet the need from a service standpoint, and we have a number of masters to serve there. The first being the customer, but the others being the regulators. We make sure that from a compliance standpoint that we dot all of the I's and cross all of the T's, and it's important for us to make that a sellable protocol for our salespeople. So that they can get out there and continue to give a high service level, but also be efficient in the way that they conduct their business. So marrying the two, we don't want to sacrifice one for the other. We don't want to create technology to replace what our originators do on a day-to-day basis, which has made and will continue to make our company successful.
Great, and I appreciate that. That makes a lot of sense now. Now, can you describe a little bit, just give us a quick synopsis of the management structure at GSF Mortgage?
Well, I mean, I guess the word to describe that would be shallow, in the sense that there's not a lot of layers there. It's myself and my two partners, who Phil Siebert and Jim Gazanik, they're not day-to-day participants in the business, However, they are advising me, just about every single day, every single week, and they're watching the financials of GSF and any other things that I would want to include them in and get their feedback. But from a day-to-day management structure, it's myself and I have a GM, Debbie Beyer, who
Right.
manages our operations side. And then I have a number of senior vice presidents and regional managers that are reporting directly to me, and reporting directly to them would be our branch managers. So there's really not a lot of layers of vice presidents, senior vice presidents, so on and so forth. What I want to do is make sure that I'm as close to the street as possible. Now,
Right.
I'm only as good as the team that I have here, but that I need to make sure that I'm communicating with my team, even down to the originator level, on a day-to-day basis, so that I can find nuances within the industry or just hear where GSF needs to get better. The only way we approach it here is that everybody that's not a salesperson is in a service capacity to our salespeople. Without originators, we really don't have anything to do. So I need to hear from the originators what they need, so we can translate that to our team and every day get better at offering a high service level to our borrowers.
Wonderful. Well, Chad, thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to join us. And I'm Andrew Berman with the Mortgage News Network. Thank you for watching.
This is Mortgage News Network.